Welcome back to a sad edition of the 713 Houston Sportcast. I'm your host, Ruben Calavillo. There's not going to be an intro. It's a very sad day for me, guys. I cried a little bit on my bed, but as we know, the Houston Texans just got absolutely beat by the Kansas City Chiefs, 51-31. And, it looked like we were going to, turn the tide in the first quarter. We looked absolutely unstoppable. It was 24-0. Our offense looked fantastic. Our defense looked spectacular. Even the special teams got something going for them. And you thought that maybe this team is going to finally prove people wrong, right? Maybe B.O.B. and Romer Cornell are going to prove all the critics wrong that, hey, we can win against big teams. We can do something against, the NFL elites like the Chiefs are. And for the first quarter, we looked unstoppable. And then something happened. And I'm going to tell you what that is. For me, it was kicking the field goal on 4th and 1. That, for me, was a slippery slope of this game, because you don't go for it when you're absolutely crushing them and you kick a field goal, you're up 24-0. But then you do a fake punt on your 30 and it doesn't work. And you never ran it before, and you ran it with a safety instead of Taiwan Jones, who has been a special teams monster this whole season for the Houston Texans. And it didn't work out, and the Kansas City Chiefs were able to come back quick. They scored 21 points in 3 minutes, and just like that, it was a game. And then they took the lead by halftime. And, as much as I want to give credit to the offense, B.O.B. did nothing when they were coming back. You didn't try to stop the bleeding. The offense looked stagnant, and we couldn't get nothing going right. DeAndre Carter really messed us up with that fumble, and I don't know why he brought it out. It was deep, in the end zone, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, and this whole team just absolutely collapsed. And this defense was absolutely horrible. They gave up 51 points to the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Kansas City Chiefs didn't run the ball at all. Their running backs maybe had 10 yards combined. You just couldn't stop Travis Kelce. Why Lonnie Johnson was on Travis Kelce the whole game when he was getting absolutely cooked is beyond me. Why Tashawn Gibson was hurt all season, for these last couple games, was beyond me, where he played in week 17 in a meaningless game and that led to him being hurt, is beyond me. I'm done with this coaching staff. I'm done with this head coach. I am absolutely done with Romer Cornell. Since you guys have been watching, I've been saying Romer Cornell needs to be gone since the Saints game, when we gave up that big touchdown, that big lead to the New Orleans Saints. I'm tired of this team. I'm tired of these coaches. B.O.B. has been here for 6 years, and we've never made it to the AFC Championship. His excuses were he doesn't have a QB, he doesn't have an O-line, and you've had that for the past 2 years, and you haven't made it out of the divisional round. You almost lost to the Bills last week until Deshaun Watson saved your butt. And here you just couldn't do it. And at what point is enough is enough? Coaches get fired within 1 to 3 years, and we've had him for 6. It's not going to get done. At this point, it is what it is. And B.O.B. will not take this team to the Super Bowl. I thought he would, but it's just not going to happen with him. And who we bring in, I don't know. I don't even know if he's going to be fired, to tell you the truth. I'm going to be completely honest. I made a video earlier, 20 minutes ago. And then I saw this junk on Twitter. He said that we are trending in the right direction. No, we're not. He said that Romer Cornell is expected to be here next season, which should not happen at all. And that feels horrible to hear as a Houston Texans fan. Why? Because the people that sold this game, the head coach and the defense coordinator, both said that they're going to be back. And we're just going to go through the same thing that we did this season. B.O.B. does not need to be here anymore. Romer Cornell is past, it's due, man. It's time for you to retire. You've been in the NFL for almost 60 plus years. It is time. This season was fun. We had a lot of ups and downs. We thought that maybe this Houston Texans team could make people believe in them, and they made me believe, right? And when you're up 24-0, you think that, hey, we're gonna win. All we have to do is just bleed the clock, and we did not do that. We let Patrick Mahomes come back, and he is a great quarterback in himself, and we just did nothing to stop the bleeding. We couldn't move the ball for almost from the second quarter to the fourth quarter. When Deshaun Watson has to force you to go for it when you're down 17 in the fourth quarter and you burn a timeout, that's when you lose your team. And that's when you lose, the fan base. The fan base was torn on you. They wanted to believe in you, and they have wanted to fire you. Now everybody wants you gone, Bill. And Cal McNair, I doubt you're ever going to see this, but you fired Brian Game. Now it's time. You fired Brian Game short, right? Brian Game was here for a year and some change? It's now time to fire Bill O'Brien, because I don't want this to end up like a Gary Kubiak situation. We wasted Andre Johnson's career. We're on the verge of wasting J.J. Watt's career. We're on the verge of wasting DeAndre Hopkins. And we're on the verge of wasting Watson, even though he's still young. There are people out there to coach this Houston Texans team. And let me just say this. This is going to be my take. I believe there is a coach out there who is going to use Watson the way that he needs to be used. I think that head coach should be Eric Bieniemy, who is the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. You bring in him. You bring in Pat Shermer as your offensive coordinator. And you bring in Marvin Lewis as your defense coordinator. And you spend money on defense. That is how you fix this Houston Texans team, because it is not working out. It is a sad, sad Sunday. And, the Houston Texans, they had this game. You're up 24-0. You had the whole NFL shocked. Romo was like, what is going on? I was shocked. And you let them come back in 3 minutes. This is going to wrap up the video. It's been a fun season. I want to give thanks to everybody who watched me, this whole season. We're going to keep it going with the Astros, whatever situation they're going in. And, and the Rockets, we're going to keep it up with the Rockets as well. But, if you guys haven't noticed by now, football is like a child to me. I don't have a child yet. But football is like is one of the few things that I'm very passionate about. And I want to thank everybody who's taking your time out of your day. I know you guys are very busy to watch my videos, to subscribe, to share them. I want to give, a shout out to Ayo Noah, who is a very good YouTuber who helps me out. Also with Cody Stutz, who used to work for Sports Radio 610, but is now working for another place in radio. Both of those guys have been helping me a lot. And I want to give thanks to those two for an awesome football season. I'm going to keep on doing this. I'll be back next week. Be looking for highlights. Be looking for play breakdown with me and Kenneth. And, the future looks bright for the Houston Texans. But it looks bright when B.O.B. and Rack are gone. As always, guys, go Texans. It's a very sad Sunday. But as always, you guys have a blessed day.